Oh!
They just
Your
make a
wife
wife.
was an imaginary one-dimensional.
Oh my God! I think this might have bumped my rating up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny. ending.
along with the episode, like I
Holy
deleted
crap, that was
negative
awesome.
points.
Finally got a good episode.
All right, well, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our review of the Breakup Breakdown. Wait, that's a weird
Oh
title.
my
But
God! That
anyway,
was awesome.
I had a really funny joke at the end. That's why everyone's so rowdy right at the moment.
It was really good.
Yeah.
So I like how this episode starts off with treating Discord like, oh, just summon him to bake our pie for us. Like that's because not only is that funny, but also that's exactly what Discord would be used for in Ponyville, I can imagine.
Just
Like,
for
don't-
small tasks.
That's what happens when you're not a villain anymore.
We don't need him
It
to
was a
save the day from the Storm King. We just need him to bake our pies.
Yeah. There's so many. I loved all the lines. There's so many fun quotable lines I'm gonna start using now.
Yeah, I
lot
noticed
of
this
good
episode had a
moments, too.
lot of like it's snappy. Like it's Nick Confalone. He's a writer that makes a lot of good episodes. Or writes a lot of.
I
good
like
episodes.
him. I'm saving him down.
Yeah, I think it
Yes.
shows. There's such a
Saving him
big
down.
difference. There's such a big difference between a writer we kind of know and love and a new writer like last week. I think there's such a big difference in just the basic dialogue. I don't know.
Best line in the whole episode is, "You don't hang out with Fluttershy every weekend just because you like her tea."
Yeah, yeah.
That wife joke is.
There was a lot of little,
The one-
little things. Like
I can't get over that.
One
There's
line I
plenty
did,
there's plenty of ponies in the pasture.
that. Yeah.
one line I did like from the episode was Spike mentioning that Discord was cynical. I was like, oh wow, that's unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this episode, even if you don't have a relationship or never been in one. I can really appreciate this episode.
It was
Oh,
I thought it was real
also,
sweet towards the end.
Derpy, don't you forgot? You
Yeah.
gotta
Oh yeah,
get
the entire
Derpy.
episode, it was all Derpy's fault.
Yeah, it
Actually,
was a
for the
Derpy
CMC.
episode.
No, it was the CMC. It was because of Derpy. The CMC were going on a shipping party.
Yeah.
Which,
Derpy-
by the way, I want
They
to
made a
point out
shipping
one.
chart at the end.
I want to point out one thing. They asked every character, but they never asked Spike.
What do you mean?
Like they asked every other Colt, but they never asked Spike. It's like maybe we're
Why would
missing
they ask
someone.
Spike?
Well, no, Spike.
they
no,
never-
I think Spike is still technically younger than Sweetie Belle, like somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I
He's
think
still
they're
a
about the
baby
same age.
dragon. He's
No,
just stuck
no,
in that.
stop. He's not.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're in denial about that, Tetsuya.
Oh, you're killing me. You're all killing me. I want to kill you.
Yeah, like Sweetie Belle's like what, like a teenager now, probably.
Yeah, you
Yeah?
can hear from
A
Claire's
teenager who
voice.
goes around town asking, "Are you my secret admirer?" Please say no. Please say no.
That's
please
something
say no,
that.
please say
Well,
no.
yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah, it's kind of juvenile, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is. I mean, we've been pretty positive so far, but I gotta say, I'm not like. I don't really like episodes like this, but that being said, it
'Cause you
was
can
done
relate
really
to 'em.
well. Like subjectively, I didn't care for it, but objectively, it was a really well-made episode. Does that make any sense?
Is it
So-
because you can't wait, Little Shy? Can you
Oh, no.
relate or not relate to
No.
this episode?
No, actually, it's nothing to do with relating and everything to do with just like seeing the romance plot like done over and over and over every other show. But you know,
I like.
yeah,
it's
ponies
kinda
always
nice
do
twist.
stuff like that. It's more about like the characters and how they handle situations.
I don't
Yeah.
care if the episode's too cliched, as long as it's enjoyable and does something a little new. And I think this one did do something a little bit new.
Yeah, yeah. Like
I mean,
Mhm.
this episode was. This was. How do I put this? This is like a guy's episode done right.
yeah, yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
do we see any main six except for Derpy, of course?
No, they
No.
mentioned
What
Rarity
do
and
you mean?
Fluttershy,
Yeah. Huh. So
Yeah.
wait, is this
which
the first
I
time?
don't think you. I don't think.
Is
you
this the
want
first
them
time
in
they
a
haven't
shipping
even
episode.
appeared?
No.
Any of them?
No.
Have we had episodes where none of them even appeared?
No. Like, yeah, I'm
There
pretty
probably
sure.
might
Yeah.
have been one or something.
Usually, like it
Which, by the
opens
way,
with Twilight or with
Would
Would you
Annapolis.
want?
Also-
Would you want the main six in an episode on Hearts and Host Day?
Also,
No, no one can have my
I don't
waifus.
Exactly.
Oh, my
so I liked how this.
Eleanor gonna be there.
I liked how this episode tackled, Big Mac after,
Shut up.
hearing miscommunication. It's just like he starts drinking and feeling really depressed, and I'm like, oh wow, that is
Dude,
really.
I hate this episode because it's too relatable for me.
Yeah, like
yeah,
yeah.
it hits too close to home.
That was the most blatant drinking reference they've ever done. They've done a
No,
few.
right there
but-
at the bar.
That
Yeah.
was just fair.
Crying.
They're crying.
That bumps it up to a
drinking.
T rating for
Drinking
alcohol.
between-
We're all
tears.
goofy
You
goobers
said her
now.
name!
Goofy goobers, yeah.
Which, by the way, that's me on another date. I just show the other
Yeah.
girl, my last girlfriend, be like, "You see that little wrinkle in her nose?
It's
Oh,
perfect
give me
timing.
that."
I'm right at that in the screenshots, but yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
How come Snips and Snails never had a voice in the episode? That's just...
Well, yeah, they're
I
not going to
don't
bring
need
in
one.
the
They'll just bring
actors,
cameos.
2 actors just for like 1 line. They're not going to do that. Same with
Yeah.
Button Mash and what was the other guy? I don't think I have a
Oh.
screenshot.
Button Mash doesn't even.
Also,
have a
I like
voice.
how Discord made like an inanimated object turn alive and actually had a backstory because she needs to pay off her student loans.
The clones part too.
But I want to
It
say,
really goes back to what I said earlier. Just the appearance of Discord in an episode makes it hilarious. I love it.
No, like some episodes have a problem with Discord where he's just either too annoying or he doesn't really do anything or he comes off as spirited. This one actually had like a nice balance of
Mhm.
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
good, and yeah, he messed around, but at the end he realized like he kind of caused the problem.
Yeah,
But and then
I-
at the end he like fixed it.
Yeah, I love it. I love that twist ending where Discord actually was involved. I was starting to feel like there was 3 different storylines being told here, and they weren't really
Oh my
connected.
God.
But then they did sort of all wrap up at the end, so that was pretty good.
I liked
Yeah.
it. The only
Yeah.
minor
I was
complaint
really
I have
curious,
is
like, how are they gonna wrap up Discord? They never taught him that love exists.
Yeah.
I don't get why why Spike got to the conclusion that just because Big Mac is bad with the relationships, apparently, that love doesn't exist.
it wasn't that. It's just like he's the god of chaos and he doesn't really care for love.
I'm
No,
not
he's a
talking about
cynic,
Discord,
like
I'm
they
talking about
said in the
Spike.
Never
episode.
find.
Oh. No, what else? I'm trying to remember what else. I
Well,
just
so the
had it and
one
it's
thing
gone.
I didn't really care for was how Big Mac turned on what was her, what even is her name?
Sweetie Belle?
Not Sweetie
Sugar
Belle.
Belle.
Oh, Sugar Belle.
Sugar,
damn.
yeah. Sugar Bell.
You know what I just said?
Both
It's
S's
funny
and
because
bells.
they're synonyms in a way. They're
Yeah.
both Bell,
Yeah.
sugar, sweet, sugar, sweet.
Sweet
Oh, yeah.
Belle, Sugar Bell.
But yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah, by the
turned
way,
on her a little
this-
bit too quickly. I guess I get the idea there is that he really thought she was going to break up with him. I guess if he really felt that way, but we as the audience know she wasn't going to, so it kind of comes off as
Well,
harsh.
Well, then you have to
Forced.
consider that he was heartbroken,
Yeah.
and your judgment can be a bit clouded in that situation.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
it kind of I use this word a lot, but it kind of feels a little contrived just to
Little
force
shy.
the
Have you believed
conflict.
in love before?
No.
I can feel
I
the love
felt
starting to
love
be
before. Are
slipping
you
away.
kidding me? I felt love.
No, the one thing I did notice about this episode is everything would have been avoided if they just used names instead of cutie mark for their names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I agree.
Sugar,
Oh.
no, like Sugar Belle's name was just a sugar cube and then a bell.
Yeah.
And by the way, the whole episode was caused because Derpy.
Best
actually,
pony.
Yeah, Derpy messed it up. And by the way, is she working for FedEx?
Well, yeah. Well, we don't really know, but I do like how we've seen this before, but it's still she's the mail mayor, kind of. She works in postal,
Derpy FedEx.
and that was a
ship it.
brony thing, That's kind of cool.
She works at UPS.
We
Wait,
came up
wait.
with that, guys.
Also, how do they? One thing I did
No, to be
notice.
fair, we
well-
also came up with her whole character, but
Yeah,
no,
like
while
everything
watching this
about-
episode. No, well, watching this episode, I realized that how did they know okay, it was a smudged address. So, and all they saw was the bell. It was like, oh, all right, I already know where Sweetie Belle's at. She's at the barn.
What?
So they delivered it to the barn.
Wait, why did they deliver it to the barn? I lost my attention when I saw Derpy. I was freaking out, and I didn't really see what happened there.
No, it's like they delivered it straight to the barn. Like
Yeah,
it was
but why?
originally going to Sugar
Well, it was
Belle.
an accident on the mail ponies.
Oh,
I
so
know,
wait,
but how
wait,
did they
was
know
it?
where?
Was
How did they
it-
know where Sweetie Belle was?
Yeah, was it actually delivered to Sweetie Belle?
Oh,
Like, it was
I
smudged
see,
out.
Oh
I
wait, no,
see.
it must have been a return address. Maybe that
Huh.
was.
No, because it actually.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a small
The
detail.
smudged address that had Belle, they like, oh, Sweetie Belle, we'll deliver
Oh,
it
it's
to
just
her, and
a-
they went to the farm. Apparently, they
Oh.
knew she would be at the farm. Yeah, I see what you're
yeah.
talking about.
Also,
That was
I
weird.
do have one minor. It's only one minor complaint, but it doesn't
Ooh.
hurt the episode for me. But the only minor complaint I have is how when Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo are just sitting there, and they're just like, "I wish we had some pony." It's like, what? This never came. You guys never shown any interest in a relationship. Why
No,
now?
Well, yeah, they're
And yeah, I
getting
understand.
older.
I understand they're kids, so I can let that slide. It's like, yeah, they're kids. It's a cute little Valentine's Day. Women want to have everything bought for them on that stupid holiday. And I also, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I didn't have anything to say. I was just listening to you.
Well, I did like how Discord just bluntly said, Hearts and Hooves Day is just a, what was it?
Oh yeah, the greeting card holiday or whatever.
Yeah.
Green
that's
card
a
hall.
classic
Yeah.
cynical joke.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, it technically is. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, one minor complaint I do have, and this has nothing to do with the episode itself, but it has more to do of this episode would have worked so much better back in February rather
Yeah,
than.
that's what I was gonna say too.
Hey,
I
hey,
feel
hey!
like
My Little Pony
here-
episodes are timeless. You can watch this in February if you
Yeah.
want next year.
Yeah, like
Yeah, just like how we can watch a Christmas episode in June.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
9 months into the timeline of the season. I want to point out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. We are.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
the episodes don't always go in order, so this could be before last week, so we don't know that.
This could be 2 years ago.
Yeah. Could be.
All right, but yeah, that's. Oh.
So, any last remarks in our general discussion before we jump into individual thoughts and
Yes.
ratings? I mean, we didn't
Nothing
really.
that would-
Yes, there are plenty of ponies in the pasture.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Words to live by.
Words.
All right.
Let's.
Yeah, Drummer Shy, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. I love this episode. I think I'm going to watch it again. I liked Discord being in this episode. I thought he was really good in that. And even the sorcery and magician part, that was cool. This episode really goes deep into, like, you know, miscommunication and relationships. I felt like it was tackled really well. I liked, you know, I thought that was pretty sad when Big Mac was drinking and he was feeling overly emotional and depressed. That was really it was kind of funny. Also at the end, the waifu joke that was perfect. And you know, just mentioning that words can really hurt other people, I think that really tackles really well. What I didn't like was just it felt like there were some missing keys in this episode, but you know, we're someone who has experience with miscommunication and relationships. This totally relates to me all the time. So I'm gonna give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. It was really good.
All right, 7.5 from Drummer
Why
Shy.
is 7.5? I never got that.
There's just a
What?
couple.
I'm gonna
holes.
give it a 9.8 out of 10.
There were
Hey,
some
decimals are
missing
fine.
holes.
Our
but I
average will
loved
be
it.
average. But anyway, Mister, what'd you think?
All right. So, overall, I want to point out that I have 3 pros and 1 con, but the only con that I have isn't even really a con. I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way. I mentioned earlier that I'm not crazy about the generic, oh, it's a misunderstanding, and this person thinks that, and they overhear this, and it gets really annoying. But even then, I don't even feel like that's really a con because they pulled it off. They did it well. They made it enjoyable to watch. Something else I liked about the episode was the fact that they're expanding on the relationship between Spike, Big Mac, and Discord. I really liked the episode that they did before with that. So the fact that they're kind of continuing it and not just throwing it away after one episode is real nice. I love Discord. I always love episodes where he's included. I think they're hilarious, and I think we can all agree where this episode had some really, really good jokes, especially that waifu one at the end. I can't get over that.
Did you say waifu or waifu?
I
Waifu.
said waifu, but I think
Oh.
I mispronounced it. I tried to say waifu anyway. Yeah, and the only thing left really that I liked was just seeing Big Mac in the state that he was for most of the episode. It was just funny. There's nothing really special about it. It's just we've never seen him that way, you know? Maybe once before. I don't know. Anyway, overall, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. All right.
Nice.
All
Like
right,
I
Shady.
mentioned, like all pros, no cons.
Oh, cool.
For me, I just want to get that little con out of the way too, which is the same as Mister's, where it seemed generic, but the positives, you know, is that it was like generic done right, basically. Like it was an enjoyable sort of generic, if that makes sense. I really liked how they did the pacing. Like it didn't seem like there were too many scenes that were dragged on too much. I also want to point out that the Lyra and Bonbon shipping has been confirmed. Just gonna say that.
As
right
if we didn't
now.
already
So-
know that.
Slice of Life didn't elaborate on that at all.
Oh yeah, but then it had back then it was like everybody was saying, oh, they're just friends, but now it's been confirmed. So I'm just gonna say that.
So if I give a friend a
It's not your
gift
turn.
on
Okay.
Arson
Okay.
Hosting, sorry.
Okay. Also, I liked how it hit a little bit close to home with like how Big Mac was drinking alcohol and stuff. But yeah, all in all, I really like the pacing and, you know, kind of the consistency and that sort of thing with like the ogres and oubliettes and the bonding between Spike and Discord and Sugar Bell overall. So with that, I'm gonna give out my rating now, which is an 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh, all right, pretty high one.
Just had to one
Yeah,
more, didn't you?
All right, Sonic Crew, what did you think?
It was really good. Thank God it's a finally a good step up from the previous episodes we've had. But most of my cons is already explained, you know, the generic mess ups. And Tootsie already said, like, when we were chatting about a Valentine's Day episode in the kind of near the summer, you know. Those are my only complaints. Everything in that, it was really good. Really good jokes in there, alcohol, depression. And there was also a Darkwing Duck reference, I think, with Discord and a dress.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, that was really great. And also, did anybody get the thing, like, at the end of the joke with the waifu joke when Discord says that the character, that Skeletonor, is that the name? It was like a one-dimensional character. He didn't say two-dimensional. I'm kind of calling that an insult. Anyways. Other than that, everything was all fun. Mac and Bell is a really good ship. I ship it. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10.
All right, wow. Another 8 out of 10. Let's see, who's next? Tootsie Roll, what'd you think? Tootsie Forever, what'd you think?
Tootsie
You gotta stop playing Tootsie Roll, it's been years.
It has been years. Okay, I thought this episode was really pretty fun. Yes, it's cliched as crap, but I will admit this My Little Pony put their own twist on it, which I do not mind if an episode is cliched as long as it's done a little bit differently. And I like how this one was done. It had, like, what, 3 different stories going on? But I want to talk about this for a second, is that I really liked how this mainly focused on a guy's perspective of Hearts and Hooves Day. Like, well, what I mean by that is, like, Big Mac was worried about a girl breaking up with him. Like, like, most people who've been in a relationship could sort of understand that. I also like how Spike was treated as an actual character. Like, I like episodes where he's not trying to be a comedic relief, but he's just trying to, like, be there for his friend. In this episode, he was happy. He was, like, there for his friend Big Mac, wanting to help him out. I also like how Discord, yeah, the god of chaos, yeah, he's like, ha ha ha, Discord, he's funny. He can make random stuff happen, haha. But random doesn't always equal funny. And I like how Discord's main goal at first was to just get this over with so he could play the stupid Dungeons and Dice game. But no, after what he witnessed through Big Mac and what he was going through with Big Mac and Spike and how much Big Mac really cared for Sugar Bell, he actually decided to, you know, help him out and, like, fix everything, which I thought was pretty nice. And I don't know, Sugar Bell, on the other hand, she's all right. But the one thing I did not like, and it's just more of a minor nitpick, is that I didn't really care for this Kingdom Hearts Crusader subplot. I don't know, it just felt kind of boring, and I was just like, oh, can we go back to the guys, because the guys were way more fun to hang out with. I don't really care about little kids trying to find a pony who likes them. I just didn't care for that at all. But I don't know, I like it. This is just I like it because it's more of a guys episode. We need more good guys episode, because I don't feel like we get enough guys episodes with Spike, Big Mac, and Discord. And I don't know, I thought this episode was just really fun to watch.
It really was.
I wasn't really annoyed by anything of it, and I just thought it was a really good episode. So I want to give it, like, probably an 8 out of 10.
All right, another 8.
Nice.
8 times.
We love this.
All right, I suppose it's my turn. So yeah, I gotta start this off by saying I'm not really a fan of, like, shipping plots or, you know, the romance ones, or especially the Valentine's Day episodes. You know, like, it's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It just doesn't interest me in the least, because I feel like we've seen this a million times in every other show ever. But, you know, that's exactly what you can say about a lot of pony episodes. It's a pretty simple concept we might have seen before, but the pony take on it is always interesting. And in this case, you know, the witty writing and interesting characters, and, you know, again, the way Pony tackles these cliche topics is always interesting, and this is no exception. Let's see what I got in my notes here. And I think, did Tootsie mention this or someone else? But Spike wasn't, like, annoying for a change. Like, Spike actually got a bit of a focus. It was kind of, I wouldn't call it a Spike episode, but, you know, he's a major part of the episode, and it was in a good way. That was really cool. I like the joke where he predicts the end perfectly. And that was great, because usually a joke like that would be predictable, like, oh, he's probably gonna be right, isn't he? But no, I didn't see that coming. When Spike said what was gonna happen at the end, I was like, oh, that's okay, that's funny. They're doing like a parody of us guessing what's gonna happen, right? But no, that was just what happened. So that was really funny. Okay, so a negative. I said this before. I didn't really like how Big Mac was kind of mean-spirited. But again, I know it's because he had his heart broken and all that. I just wasn't really feeling that because we, the audience, knew that she wasn't going to break up with him. So I actually wrote down the line. She can't break up with you if you break up with her first, sort of thing like that. That's really, you know, harsh. But again, I see where they were going with it, and it makes sense. I don't know.
It's Discord.
It just made me think a little bit less of Big Mac is all. And, you know, again, I understand why they did it. And of course, Derpy, best pony, 10 out of 10, best episode ever.
She's the main cause.
But no, I love seeing her. I love seeing her silent. That's kind of she's fitting as being that silent character who's the Brony reference there. But she also played a part in the episode, which was great. So yeah, Derpy was great. And I like how the episode started off with using Discord's ability for mundane stuff, just baking a pie. Like I said earlier, forget the Storm King. We don't need help with him. Help us bake a pie. I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, my rating is a little bit lower than you guys. That's a subjective rating, though. 7 out of 10 is mine. Objectively, it would be a lot higher, though. So yeah.
Isn't that what you gave it last time?
No, last time I didn't like last times, did I? Anyway, yeah, let's calculate the average. Do we have a drum roll?
I don't have a drum roll.
Anybody want to give us a drum roll? I'll do it too. Anyway, the average rating for Little Shy Live Stream for the breakup breakdown. That's a weird name. Anyway, is an 8 out of 10. No surprise there.
Right.
What a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually 7.8, but we're rounding up.
Well, I was gonna say this last time we gave the last week's episode a low rating. Now we have a high rating. That is amazing.
Yeah, it just goes to show I don't really think you can rate like a whole season. Like, oh, that season was good, that season was bad. It really, to me, it's episode to episode is whether or not it's good. Anyway.
And it also kind of okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was going to say it kind of shows where, if you recall, we were all kind of negative towards the beginning of the episode. We're like, oh no, it's this generic misunderstanding plot. This is going to suck. Don't judge a book by its cover, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where the more you watch the episode, the more you can lighten up to it, and you can like it more.
Yeah, it was a fun episode. So yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. Hope to see you next time. I'm gonna be here next time. I was a little unsure about that, but anyway, yeah. Hope you enjoyed our review. See you next time.
I won't be here next time. So bye, everyone.
All right. Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.